My name is Amaka Amici, and I'm a culinary nutritionist who loves experimenting and exploring the healing powers of culinary ingredients. On this channel, I'm not only posting cooking videos of some of my favorite tried, tested, and true recipes, but I also highlight therapeutic properties of culinary ingredients that are paramount to improving your nutrient status while balancing and maintaining your hormone balance. So you are ready for simple, great tasting food to begin improving your nutrient status, healing your adrenal fatigue, and getting your anxiety under control? Hit that subscribe button and let's get cooking. Now, before we dive into all the goodies and delicious meals that will be featured in and created on this channel, permit me to lay some foundation and principles that will be vital in really why cooking majority of your food from scratch is beneficial for your health and for that of your loved ones. Someone's got to spill the tea, and to be frank, I do not mind if it's me. Okay, so we've all heard that homemade food are likely the healthiest for you and often supports your health than getting food made by someone else, especially if someone who really doesn't have your health interest at heart. A decent percentage of that statement is true in the sense that you truly do not know what a packaged meal that you buy from a farmer's market or a grocery store, even at Whole Foods, actually contains, and all the processes involved in getting that food into your hands. Whereas if you made a meal yourself with ingredients as closest to their natural form as possible, you'll at least have a good idea of what you're really exposing your body to. Would you agree with me? Now, wouldn't you like to know the types and quality of ingredients that goes into your food? And if your goal is truly to support your health, knowing that nutrition plays a huge part, wouldn't you want to know that? Well, I don't know about you, but I would definitely love to know. And this is where culinary nutrition comes in to explain further how to use real food, those closest to the natural form, to support your health goals, whatever that is, really. The principles of culinary nutrition, which we will get into in just a bit, emphasizes on the keys to health. It lays emphasis on real food and what that could look like for you. Macro and micronutrients, myths about calories, how to practice conscious eating, how to set up an environment that provides healing to you and your loved ones through food, choosing food that are right for you, meal prepping that serves your specific health goals, and ultimately how to use food as a vessel, as a tool that serves your health while empowering you with culinary skills that translate the science of nutrition into actionable culinary behaviors. So the nutrients in your food are really what fuel you and support all the tasks your body executes on a daily basis. So it's important that you fuel or nourish your body with food that are nutrient dense and supplements that help your body absorb the nutrients from your food efficiently. So this video will touch on the keys to health. I'll talk about what nutrients are, what real food is, and how it can be used to create simple, flavorful, nutrient-dense meals. And be sure to stay to the end of the video to understand why calories really do not count. Are you ready to be empowered? Let's dive in. So your bodies and what it is made of, cells, nerves, glands come from what we feed it with. Hence the saying, you are what you eat. What if I told you that you are the ingredients you eat, and the nutrients they provide or lack thereof makes or breaks your body's metabolism and hormone balance, resulting to how you feel each second of your day. The good news though is that you can take back this aspect of your health using the keys to health from an arena of healing in your home, and this will be your kitchen, with one simple, flavorful, nutrient-dense meal at a time. I think of them as SFN meals. So what are the keys to health? These are the things in the food you consume that help you maintain and sustain your health. And in the case of disease or illnesses, they help you to regain your health during recovery. Some of the keys which we will be elaborating upon in future videos include your nutrients, vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, your carbohydrates, proteins, essential fats, water, fiber, pre and probiotics, which work hand in hand to provide nourishment to your body and keep you alive. These keys to health are essential to keep in mind, as they literally determine how well nourished or undernourished you are and do become as an individual, because you do evolve with time, which in turn dictates your likelihood to ascend or descend the slope of health. You can see this here. So the earlier you begin paying close attention to how these keys affect you and what keys your body may be deficient in or needs to be replenished with, the earlier you begin paying attention to the ingredients that really make up the foods or the meals you consume. And a question that may surface could be, is my meal providing the nutrients needed to support my health goals? That's a valid question. Okay, I cannot stress how important it is to begin becoming curious about what ingredients make up your food and how vital it is to begin asking questions and seeking answers on if the ingredients in your food actually contain nutrients that truly serve your health goals. If the answer is yes for you and you're aware of the ingredients that make up your food on a daily basis, I'm happy for you. That's great. Then sit tight as this channel goes even further to explain or expand on how really nutrient dense or not these ingredients are, and some contributing factors that could play a role to why they may not be nutrient dense. However, if you're coming from a place of I'm hearing this information for the first time, then stay tuned as we will discuss effective ways to begin tracking and identifying the ingredients that make up the food you consume and provide effective steps to help you understand if they are ingredients that serve you or not. The word nutrient has been tossed here and there, and so you may ask, what does nutrients actually mean? Well, nutrients, simply put, are substances that provide nourishment for your overall growth and development and for the maintenance of your health. They include but are not limited to vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, like I said, carbohydrates, proteins, essential fats, water, pre and probiotics, and fiber. And they help your body to both function properly and maintain your health. Understanding what nutrients really are and how they show up in your daily meals is crucial, as you can begin making choices based on your growing knowledge of which nutrients serves your health goals. Now I'm going to move on to what real food really means. I know you've heard that word a lot throughout the video. It's simply its name, right? Food that is as real as it gets. One your child remembers and knows. Food that is not fake, that there has little to no processing involved. Food that is whole, one that is in its natural state and that's not modified. Food that is eaten in its closest natural form. Food that will get spoiled without having half a decade's expiration date on it, right? Like your chips. A mentor of mine will say real food is one that your grandparents recognizes. So we'll just go through some examples here of real food and their processed versions. And they include, as you can see here in the slide, real food versus processed food. We have cut oranges or hand-pressed orange juice, whereas the processed version would be store-bought orange juice. We have wild rice, and the processed version would be rice noodles. We have grass-fed beef, and then the processed version would be beef jerky or store-bought marinated beef, just because you don't know what goes into the marinade. You have fresh tomatoes and then canned tomatoes. You have tomato stew and then ketchup, and the list goes on. So I just wanted to show some examples for you to see what real food versus their processed versions can look like. And there's so many other examples out there. Eating food that is as close to its natural form as possible has more pros than cons, which include but are not limited to, depending on how that food or ingredients is grown. You're likely to get more nutrients from its whole form than you would get, from its processed form, as processing of itself often strips the food of its essential nutrients, which are beneficial in maintaining your optimal health and in meeting your nutrients requirements for the day. Food or produce begin losing their nutrients from when they're harvested, and as the day goes by without consumption, more nutrients get lost. The mere importation of food alone contributes to nutrient loss, and this is not accounting for those lost during actual processing, as we then begin discussing a huge nutrient loss. Unfortunately, most processed food end up becoming empty calories, meaning a lot of it is needed to fill you up, but then they provide you with approximately 25% or less of the nutrient that your body actually really needs to function properly. The rise in processed food, though, especially in the US, does not do justice to the nutrients that your body needs, leaving jaw-dropping data and an ever-growing percentage of Americans who are devoid of certain essential nutrients. Studies from the Linus Pauling Institute published data indicating that 100% of Americans don't get enough potassium. Approximately 95% of Americans are magnesium deficient. 94% don't get enough vitamin D. 92% are not getting enough choline. 89% are not even close to getting the level of vitamin E necessary for them. The list goes on. And this is for most Americans, especially those in the industrialized world. And this speaks a lot as to how serious our population are becoming devoid of essential nutrients, or not even just getting enough from the food that we expect to provide us with the required amount of nutrients. It's really sad when you come to think of it. In this day and age that is fast-paced, with everything on earth and their mamas seeking and demanding your time, it can be challenging to make all your food from scratch, and especially if cooking is not your strongest suit. Believe me, I've been there and I live it out daily. It's much more easier to just place an order from a fast food or a restaurant than it often can be to plan your meal from scratch. Would you agree? From creating a grocery list to deciding where to shop and hope that they actually have fresh produce for you, then prepping and then cooking and then eating the food with hopes that it tastes good. Believe me when I say I get it. However, the effort is totally worth it in the long run, because though eating out and ordering food saves time, it can often do a number on your health and set you back from attaining your health goals if ordering or eating out is always your go-to. Because you just don't know, right? You just don't know what the food made by someone else really contains, especially if it's not an individual or loved one who actually cares about your health. You don't know the type of ingredients that was really used to make that food, especially if it comes with no ingredient labels. You don't know the quality of ingredients that was used to prepare your quick meal. You don't know the processes that was involved to get that meal as fast as possible to you. You don't know if the ingredients possess the nutrients that your body requires and that will support your health goals. We don't know how sanitary the tools or utensils used were, and then if they even use oils to make your meal. You don't know the quality of oils that was used. There's nothing like vegetable oil. Just putting that out there. And if those red oils were used, you don't know what temperature they were used, because a decent amount of temperature or oils works with different temperature and smoke points. So if you put an oil in a higher smoke point than it can handle, it's going to create toxin in your food. So you don't know if that's even there. There's so many questions that come to mind when you consume food that you did not make from scratch or by yourself, with minimal to no processed ingredients involved. And the less questions you have about your meal with peace of mind when you eat it, the more likely you are to not just enjoy that meal, but you do trust that it will support your health and not hinder your health goals. Future videos from this channel will provide simple tips and tricks to help you get nutrient-dense food that serve you and your loved ones without breaking a sweat. So be on the lookout for those videos. Some ways to create fun, simple meals from real ingredients include, as shown here, you have a berry smoothie bowl made from frozen berries, coconut milk, banana, and some hemp seeds, which leaves room for spices like cinnamon to add more flavor. Once these are blended, the same ingredients can be used as toppings, and it tastes so delicious and can be prepared in 7 to 10 minutes. This smoothie bowl is packed with nutrient-dense ingredients that is a good substitute for drinks without its topping. Next, you have some grilled peach fruit that only requires avocado oil for grilling, and you're all set with some tasty, rich fruit slices for some salad or a snack. The process of grilling the peach adds a unique flavor to it, and especially when used in salads. There's also another kind of bowl created with chickpeas, cauliflower, sweet potato, carrots, tomatoes, spices, and herbs. You can see how rich it looks. This chickpea bowl is packed with cruciferous vegetables that are filled with vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and K, and several phytonutrients like carotenoids that brings vibrancy to your cells. Hope this helped change your mindset on how great tasting, nutrient dense meals can be made. From the simplest of real produce, did shed some clarity on the importance of nutrients on your health and got you excited to begin incorporating meals like these into your palate. Before I conclude, I did promise to share some reasons calories don't count. And here they are. From what's been shared so far about the important role nutrients plays in your health. Calories, which are really a measurement of the energy contained in your food or in the food that you consume. If you didn't know really what it means, that's what it means. Really do not count, because you could be getting a meal with lots of calories or less calories, but one that's devoid or lacking essential nutrients that your body needs to function properly. So you see why calories really do not count, because it's not about how much calories you consume, but more so about how much nutrients these calories actually contain. Since, like we said, as we now know, what really fuels you are nutrients, not necessarily calories. So the goal for optimal health will be to eat food with low calories but that are high in essential nutrients, as these types of food like organ meats, pumpkin seeds, seafood like bivalves such as clams, oysters, mussels, scallops will aid in attaining and maintaining optimal health and in supporting your overall health goals, again, whatever that is. That's all I have for now. Thank you for watching this video, and be sure to give it a thumbs up if it inspired you to health. Feel free to share with a friend or two who will benefit from it, and subscribe to be notified of future videos as they are posted. Please leave a comment as to the culinary nutrition topics that interest you and that you would like to be discussed or learn more about on this channel in regards to improving your nutrient status with real food and supplements. I would appreciate if you share a recipe in the comments that you'd like to see prepared in future videos, and be on the lookout for the next video on a delicious, simple, flavorful, nutrient dense meal. Bye now.